December. Oh, man, these months just go like this and this and this. It's going to be Christmas. Oh, we need to make some money, honey. Let's go, baby. We need to get it. We need to get it. I ended up doing a delivery tonight. I decided, to come back 141 and see if I could get a delivery going home. And I did get a $26 delivery going to Eureka. And then I could have got an $11.25, even going closer to my house. I would have made $37, but I missed out on it. I was getting something to eat, and my wife called, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it is. Now, Monday night, I made $100. I made $105 in 3.5 hours. And that's just what we do, baby. That's what we do. If we work after work, we work 3 or 4 hours, we make $100. The least amount I've made part-time since I started doing that, working after work, is $95. That's the least amount. And then I on a Thursday, I made $160. A couple other days, I made $120. We're not going to count Friday because I can stay out later, so these same principles work, and this is not going to be a tip video. There's one coming, because I still hear about people not making money. Matter of fact, when I started making this video, I just got a message on my YouTube page, we're slow in a certain area. Well, it is in the country, and that's why I don't DoorDash where I live, because I don't think I would make that much money. So we're talking about St. Louis and the outlying areas, right? I heard about a guy making $110 in 2 hours last night. I heard about, my buddy John made $295 in one day in St. Peter's. So the money is out there to be made, people. The question is, are you willing to do the things that you have to do to make it? I'm not a by-the-hour guy. I need to make $100 when I work part-time. I need to make $300 if I put in full day. Sometimes that takes me 9 hours, 10 hours. Saturday took me 13 hours. I made $320, it just depends. That's not what this video's about either. Because I should have made more money Monday. I should have made more money on Monday, and I got stuck in a restaurant. And what I want to talk about is what's the worst thing you can hear when you walk into a restaurant. We're going to go over them, and then I'm going to tell you what I think is the worst thing that you can hear when you walk into a restaurant. It happened to me twice in the last week, and it's going to be a surprise. And both times it was the exact same words. So let's go over them. Number one, we don't have that order. Somebody just took that order. Blah, blah, blah. Horrible. Oh! And depending on how much you pay, depending on what time of day it is, and all that, or, you may call support and get half pay. Or if it wasn't that big a deal, you just keep rolling because you don't want to waste that time, baby. You don't want to waste 20 minutes to get $5 or $3, right? Doesn't make any sense. So, but if it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you probably call. You're probably gonna call. If it's Saturday morning, you're probably gonna call. But yeah, that stinks when you hear that. That's not the worst thing. What's the next worst thing? We don't have this item. One of the worst things you can hear. Our shake machine's broke or whatever. I was at a Wingstop in Fenton, Missouri, Monday night. They didn't have Coke or Sprite. And we know why that stinks. It's because when you text the customer or call the customer, at least 50% of the time, they don't answer the phone. You just got to make your best decision. And then, when you're about, turning on their street, they call you. We all know how it is. That's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing you can hear. Okay, you walk into a restaurant and the door's still open. they're mopping the floor and stuff, and they say, or you get there and you open the door at 6 o'clock at night and it's blocked, it's closed. It's closed. Now that's depending on how much the delivery paid, all that. They made it a lot easier for us. All we got to do is either take a picture, and sometimes they don't even make us take a picture, and they give us half pay, and it still stinks. So you didn't take the delivery to get half pay. Another horrible thing to hear is, that's going to be 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Sometimes they're honest and they tell you 15 minutes. Stinks. It's the last thing you want to hear, for sure. You never want to hear that. But at least they were up front with you and they told you how long it was going to be. So then you can make a decision depending on how much it paid and all that. And if it paid $6.25, you're just unassigning and turning around. If it paid $10, you're probably going to wait 5 or 10 minutes. And then if it's not looking good, you're just going to turn around, make a note of that restaurant, and get out of there. What you can't do is call support and ask for waiting time. I don't know how many times I read on these stupid YouTube videos not too long ago, all these YouTube guys who make money off of us. That's not what this channel's about at all. This is about getting the word out about having to make some money, either to survive, like in between jobs, or you lost your job or something like that, or to make your dreams come true. There's money to be made, depending on where you're at and all that. But no matter where you're at, file some principles probably, and that will help. Some places are hopeless, and if they are, stop doing DoorDash. There's a lot of other things to do. I mean, the restaurants are paying $16, $17 an hour. Now, DoorDash is supposedly, and I read this on social media too, got a guaranteed pay program going. You can call about that. But I seen it on YouTube and Facebook and all that. DoorDash is going to start paying waiting time. Well, no, they're not. Every once in a while you might get it. I think Walmart will give it to you if you wait 30 minutes or something. I don't know. And it's not worth it, whatever it is. But I did call them. I'm going to get to that. Let's go over what I think that is the worst possible thing you can hear when you go into a restaurant. And here's the words. That's going to be a few minutes. Oh, the second you hear those words, what that really means is we have no idea when that's going to be ready, or we're too scared to tell you when it's going to be ready, or maybe it's really only going to be a few minutes. My experience is it's going to be a long time. I'm going to go over both scenarios with you. Friday night, I'm at Manchester and Clarkson. I get a crazy offer from Uber Eats, $16.47 to go right back to Grover, Missouri. I open up the order. I see how many items it is. It's 17. Oh, we're taking that. Because if you think DoorDash has hidden tips, Uber Eats beats them by a mile on hidden tips. I don't know why people don't complain about them, because they have way bigger, they hide them way more than DoorDash does. So I get to it was at the Japanese steakhouse there, Clarkson and 40. I get there, the girl says exact words, that's gonna be a few more minutes. I've got the DoorDash app open too. They ding-a-ling-a-ling. There's a delivery at Noodles and Company going right to Baldwin. Well, I'm gonna take that. I take that. I tell the lady, hey, I'm just going across the street. I'll be right back. She goes, oh yeah, do that. Right away, I knew I was probably in trouble. I knew that I should have unassigned at Noodles and Company. But, sometimes you're greedy. You want that money, baby. So I went across the Noodles and Company. I could have delivered that delivery, came back, that I would have still been waiting. But I didn't. I do have a brand new hot bag. So no matter how big the bag is, I can keep the food warm at least. And I got back. I picked up the Noodles and Company. They weren't even ready. I had to wait for that. And then I went back to the Japanese steak company, whatever you want to call it. And she goes, well, that's still going to be a few more minutes. It ends up being 30 minutes. I thought I was going to get a contract violation on the DoorDash delivery. I did not. I think maybe because I did let them know I was running late. Now the delivery ended up paying $30. $32 on the whole delivery. I made $40. So you say, well, why would you wait that long? Well, because I thought I might make 30 or $40. That's why. And what do you do? What do you do after 10 minutes, after 15 minutes for a $20 delivery? Do you give up? Maybe you should, but what are you going to do? Give that up to get a $10 delivery and wait for that? It's a tough decision, man. When you pretty much know there's going to be a hidden tip, Then Monday night, it was busy. Man, it was busy in Chesterfield Monday. I made $30 in 30 minutes. Man, I was flying high. I probably would have made $150 on Monday if it wasn't for this. I'm at Westmead and Baxter, and I get an offer from Yaha's Bistro. Now, both the Japanese Steakhouse and Yaha Bistros can be a wait time, and I knew that, but both times I'm like 3 miles away. I'm like, okay. So I took that and paid $17.75, even a little bit more than the Japanese Steakhouse one, and it was going to Frontenac. I'm like, yeah, I'm taking that. So I get up to Yaha's Bistro. And this is the worst part. I got offered a Red Lobster to go to Swingley Ridge, but I didn't want to be late getting to Yaha Bistro. Here's what I should have done, and this is what I will do next time, because it would have been a double app. I will go pick up the Red Lobster, head straight to Yaha's Bistro, and check on it, see what's going on. And then if it's going to be ready, I'll grab it, then deliver to Swingley Ridge, blah, blah, blah. But if it's like it was last night, they tell me it's going to be a few more minutes, I'll deliver to Swingley Ridge and then come back. You learn something every single day. Worrying about getting to a restaurant within the 11 minutes, I wouldn't worry about that. Why? Because they're not going to pay you. You might say, well, maybe they would have, Rob. No, I called them. I was waiting 15 minutes, and I asked after the girl, when I got there, the lady said, it's going to be a few more minutes. And then she went and checked on it about 10 minutes later and then said, it's going to be a few more minutes. After I was there 15 minutes, I checked on it. I said, hey, what's going on with this? And she said, well, and why she couldn't have told me this the whole time before, one of the desserts they ordered takes about 30 minutes to cook. Okay, well, it had been about 20, 25 minutes by then, by the time that I got to order. I had to drive there, and all that. And then I was waiting. And I said, okay, well, how long has it got? And she said, 15 more minutes. I'm like, you gotta be kidding. And I said it just like that, not real loud or anything like that. And I went out and I called support. Look, because I had 15 minutes to kill, right? And it's not support's fault, by the way. They're just reading from a script. But here's what they did. They said, no, you don't get paid. And then they sent me an email with the pay model. Not only did they stab me, then they turned the knife. Kind of like, you should have known better. Well, while I'm on the phone with support, I get an offer from Uber Eats at, where else? The Japanese Steakhouse, going to page at 270. So, while I'm on the phone with support, I go and pick up the Japanese Steakhouse, come back, the Yaha's ready, I deliver the Frontenac, and then I deliver the page at 270. At least I can keep everything hot now, you know. Uber Eats sent me a couple messages about your customer is waiting, but it didn't take me much time to drop off that Frontenac. I think I got that delivery about 7, and I had the whole thing done by 7:30, and it was at page at 270. I don't know how long they think it takes to get to page at 270. So I ended up making the DoorDash did have a little bit of hidden tip, $19. The other delivery paid, I don't even remember, but it was over $30. So it was probably worth waiting on, you know. And the hidden tip in Frontenac could have been more, you know. Wasn't good as the delivery on Friday because I ended up in Grover, and this other delivery on Monday I ended up I paid you $270. But then I did get another Uber Eats delivery for $11 right there in Maryland Heights. So blah blah. And then I came back. So the worst thing you can hear when you walk into a restaurant is, it's going to be a few